Billy, you've got a few distractions. You've got a team that doesn't have a lot of bench, but yet you're rising up. What are you seeing from this team that allows them to answer the bell like this?
Well, they're competitive. They're talented and they're competitive. And you know, you're right. It's been a unique, you know, last short period of time. But the guys' attitudes are great, and I thought tonight was definitely a big boy game. I thought Baylor played exceptionally well. I thought it took everything we could to get the W, but the way our guys competed, I obviously was very proud. You know, we don't have a big margin for error right now, obviously on the court, and certainly our guys responded very, very well.
I think defensively maybe was where they competed most and most impressively.
But you know, man, I don't know if it was where they competed most. I thought we competed hard the whole time. You know, I didn't know if we were going to get rebound in the first half, but the second half, you know, that flipped, and then we actually out-rebounded them by a fairly significant margin the second half, 5 or 6 or whatever it was. They're so long, and they're, you know, they're talented, and you know, I don't know exactly, but I think they banked in 3 in the second half, and I don't know if I've ever had a team bank in. I mean, we've had some guys bank in, and we made some. You know, Ben banked one in here that was a big shot. I don't know if we've ever had anybody banking 3 against us, but our guys kept hanging in there and kept grinding, and we've really played good defense the last 2.5 minutes. Really good.
What were you able to do differently with Motley in the second half?
You know, I don't know that we tried. I thought defensively the first half we played under our man, and we played kind of passive. And so to start the second half, I said, would you guys just go guard them and, you know, deny? And, of course, the first possession, they beat us on the back door because Scott probably knew that I'd tell him that. But I thought we disrupted the rhythm a little bit because we pressured them more in the second half, made them catch it in different spots further out. And then, you know, we didn't trap a lot, but we trapped enough maybe to not let him get some easy baskets. But the biggest thing is I just think we competed better. You know, Landon, you know, he had a rough first half, but, you know, to come away with 5 big points and 11 rebounds and what Josh did rebounding the ball, that was pretty special from our guys' standpoint.
Josh said your message after the game was kind of why can't we play defense like that the last 10 seconds after a whole game?
Well, it wasn't the last 10. It's the last 2.5 minutes. We really guarded. You know, we went zone, and the zone wasn't any good. But it bought us time so we could play guys more minutes and maybe disrupt the rhythm a little bit. But the last 2.5 minutes, you know, I asked the guys, "What do you want to do?" And they said, "Guard them." So we went back man to man and did a good job.
What have you thought of Josh's activity these last couple of games? It just seems like his energy is really went up.
It has been, but I don't know that it's been better than what it has been most of the season. I think he's been consistently good for the season, and you know, he's got one part of his game that's lacking a little bit. Obviously, you know, it'd be nice if he's shoot 80% from the line. It would be a different, even a more dangerous player. But you know, that shot fake and drive there late in the game, that was a big basket, maybe the biggest basket of the game.
You guys were tied with Baylor going into the game in terms of Big 12 record. Nights like this, do you or the players think about the streak of the regular season?
You know what? We haven't even talked about that. No, we mentioned it early in the season. You know, I mean before the season. You know, hey, do you want this to be the team that doesn't do it or whatnot? And we know it's going to be hard, and our players know it's going to be hard. And if we hadn't won tonight, obviously we weren't out of the race, but we know that, you know, it would even be more of an uphill climb, and we certainly had plenty of those in years past. But yeah, you know, I think you get 3 or 4 more games into it, I think guys will start thinking about that more.
I know you have some tough games coming up, but after the last 3-game stretch, what's your evaluation of how the guys handled it?
Well, we played well in 2 of them and played poorly in 1. But I thought, you know, of course, this win doesn't mean anything unless you take care of business Saturday. And you know, the league's so competitive, there's never going to be an easy one. And even playing at home, but I think, you know, considering a lot of different things, I think our team got better. Not only did we win a couple of games, I think we got better.
Given the report from the Star, I was wondering if you could walk us through the decision to play Vic tonight and that
Well, I tell you what, I got a prepared statement, so I'm prepared. So, and this will be the only thing I comment about it, because this is all I can comment, okay? So you know, you guys can believe that or choose not to, but that's the fact. I have been told that I cannot comment on a university investigation, or whether one is or is not taking place or has ever taken place, okay? And due to previous practice by the university and by the athletic department, I would not be giving any details of such investigation. So what was reported was reported. I haven't been made aware of anything. So that's where that is, and that's the last time, and the only thing that I will say concerning that, because I am basically been told that that's all that can be said, period.
You mentioned earlier that in the week that Baylor's identity is they don't let teams score. Do you think the pride factor kicks in where your guys, you know, you've said they play good in big buildings and big atmospheres and things like that? Did they need to have an answer like that, or a challenge like that to answer it the way they did tonight?
You know, I don't think, when we talk to our guys, I haven't really talked about Baylor's identity. I mean, I talk about, hey, they're really good and half-court defense. We want to try to shoot it or score before the defense is set. I mean, I talk like, but I don't really, when I go over scout report, I don't say, hey, their identity is this, and this. We go about what they want to do and how they're going to attack us. But certainly, I think our guys were, regardless of their identity, I think our guys were prideful because they knew it was a big game. I mean, last year we had 1 versus 1 playing in our building. This year is 2 versus 2. And so, you know, not very often you get a chance to play in games like that. And we've had a chance to play in 2 huge games in 1 week. It's been great for our guys.
Coach, what's it say about your team's mentality that you followed a big win in Lexington with a pretty big win here at home?
What does it say about our mentality?
Your team's mindset and mentality.
Well, I think that they were ready to play. Of course, today doesn't necessarily mean that tomorrow's going to be the same way, but I mean, that's never that way in coaching. But I think our guys were really focused, and I got to tell you, I thought that they were pretty tough. I thought they were pretty tough.
Bill, with your lack of depth, you talked about your zone not being very good. How important is it that it becomes good?
Well, when I say not very good, I think it did some good things. Really, I think the best possessions they had against the zone for the most part was making some hard shots. I think that we actually did some things that were positive by keeping the ball out of the middle for the most part. So I think the zone did help us. It wasn't awful. I'm not saying that, but it's not something I feel like that we're ready to play 30 minutes a game when the other team has 3 perimeter shooters out there. I think sometimes when you do play zone like that, you dodge a few bullets, and I think we dodged a few tonight.
Bill, how does the noise level in here on a night like this help you?
Well, I think it pumps energy to us, and I also think there's a serious level of confidence that no matter what the situation is late game, that somehow a guy will make a play. So it helps, and I got to give we a lot of people claim they have it, and I'm sure they do, but I don't know anybody's got as good as what we got. I mean that's a ridiculously great home court, and our fans certainly and students deserve a lot of credit for our success here.
How do you see your Baylor's last possession as a coach?
The very last one when we were up 4,
you
or
guys forced a turnover?
Gary, I probably don't remember everything. I know I saw it when Landon fumbled the ball. I think we were up 2, if I'm not mistaken, and then they had a chance to drive back in transition, and then we had a big steal or a big rebound. I can't remember exactly, but I thought the last 2.5 minutes, I thought our defense was pretty solid. We were flying around pretty good.
Anything else?
Did you think Dwight looked more comfortable? He fumbled a couple, but no?
I thought he rebounded the ball well.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he looked very comfortable there early. I actually thought, he didn't do poorly. I'm not saying that at all, but I didn't think he looked. I thought Mitch looked like Dwight against Kentucky,
Yeah.
and Dwight looked like Mitch against Kentucky tonight. But they were still good minutes that they got us, and he got 6 rebounds in limited time. But I thought Mitch's couple of blocks, I thought those were pretty athletic plays.
How important was it for Frank to get on a night where his shot wasn't falling to get to the line and to make up 12?
Well, you know, teams that have neutralized Frank in the past since he's been here have been teams primarily that play zone. And when you're 5'10", you got to shoot over that length and everything. The best offense is for him to get in the gaps, and he didn't do that at all the first half. And the second half he did. And you know, on a night where he didn't make shots, even though he made a couple of big ones still, but him getting to the free throw line was key for us to have a chance.
Any update on Frank's status?
No. He's still suspended indefinitely. Yeah.
How impressed are you by Josh's ability to have 2 good games despite all the pressure surrounding him?
All the pressure surrounding him with
The Baylor and Kentucky matchups.
You know, he's beyond his years. I mean, he's a freshman, but he's not really a freshman. I mean, he's you know, a lot of these kids that come out right now that they're really further along than what you think, just because of all the experiences they've had, USA basketball and playing for gold medals and things like that. But everything that he does is not a surprise to me. We've gotten to the point where we expect it, and he'd be disappointed in us if we did not.
All right, Coach.